are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Could you tell us about you?
Sure. My name is Ben Aylshire, and I'm here at the beautiful River Garden area in Brattleboro for the literary festival. I'm here with the Honeybee Press, which is a small literary press based in Burlington, and we distribute around Vermont the magazine that we run called The Salon, which publishes poetry and fiction and plays and articles by Vermont authors. And we also use letterpressing and some old-fashioned printing techniques to produce the magazine. Like, for example, the text on the covers is letterpressed. So we actually take lead type and print the covers through a rolling, hand-rolled press. Recently we won a grant from the Arts Council of Vermont, and we used that to launch a book series, which is really exciting. And so this is a full-length collection of poems by a Burlington author named Robert McKay. And for this book, we used homemade paper. So we made this paper by shredding fabric and pulping it and turning it into paper. And then we also letterpressed the text on there. And we had a local artist make a block carving, which we then put in the press and printed that in the press as well. So then, in addition to the publications, we are also doing broadsides. And broadsides are essentially a letterpressed poster, often of poetry. So this is a poem that I wrote that I then set with lead type in a big Vandercook 2 letterpress. And it's a mix of metal type, and this is wood type, which is really fun to use. So we're selling those as well. This is also homemade paper, which is nice. And then we also have leaves, which is a new thing that I haven't done before. Essentially, I use my typewriter and I type messages or questions onto leaves, and then sell these for $1. And so they're sort of strange, kind of like poetic statements on these leaves. But mainly the typewriter here, this is this portable Royal typewriter that I have. And I use it to write custom poems for people. So they give me a topic, and I write them a poem on the typewriter, sort of on the spot, for a donation of their choosing. So it could be $1 or it could be $50, depending on the depth of their pockets and how good the poem is. So here's an example of one of those. This one's called Leaf. This one's called Wine. So this is a poem called Leaf that was, I guess, a little inspired by these leaves that I was typing on. And this is for Sarah Rose E. Leaf. Do not pity me. Even though I fall from great heights, it is only into a pile of my imposters that I tumble. There is something special about me. I can feel it. I can feel it lunging in my veins like a wolf leashed. Even now, in my old age, it is making me blush. So that's a poem called Leaf for Sarah. Also, I'm also advertising for the neighboring art exhibit, which is a whole exhibit of broadsides by artists from around New England. It's at the Catherine Dianich Gallery. Really neat show, and it's up until November 30th, so check it out. That's right off of Main Street by the Hooker Dunham Theater. So I use the typewriter here instead of a computer because, for one thing, typewriters can do something that computers can't, in that they can print as you type. So, even an iPad or something, you'd have to connect it to a printer, and it would take up this whole table, and you'd probably need a pretty big printer in order to even get like a nice print. So there's that practicality. You also need electricity, so you can't do it, say, in the street without extension cords, or your battery will run out and stuff like that. This is a small portable Royal, so it's very small, it's very light, I can carry it around. But mostly I think it's the charm and the nostalgia of the typewriter is very powerful for people. For people of a certain age that are older, they remember the typewriters that they've used, and so it's nostalgic and sentimental for them, and it stirs something in them. And for younger people that have sometimes never even really seen a typewriter, it's sort of this amazing, enticing piece of technology from the past that they're discovering, and so there's like this discovery element for them. So I think for both of those generations it works for different reasons. And also just aesthetically, the font of a typewriter is sort of, there's something romantic about it, I think. I actually have another one of these that prints in, it types in script, it types in italic, which is really nice for writing letters or something like that. And I think because you physically are using your body to create what you're writing, it's naturally slower, and so your thought process is slowed down a little bit. You have to really care about what you're writing because you can't just immediately, delete and start again. So you actually put time into what you're thinking about and putting your thoughts together in a coherent way, which I think is really healthy for my process anyway as a writer. What's that one say?
Don't tread on me.
Oh yeah. Some of them are jokes and some of them are sad and some of them are funny.
Yes.
There's one that says, "I'm so voting for Obama."
I saw that one.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be this one.
Cool. Which one did you pick?
Please, don't leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's sort of sad and desperate, but it's also funny. It's like a pun.
Perfect.
But it's also sort of sad.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We're trying hard to stay fiction only, but I pretty much can guarantee that we would watch your table if you wanted to arrange that way.
Oh yeah?
There are 26 of us.
Wow.
9 are involved this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so now you wanna.
So now I'm going to type on this leaf if I can. The only thing about it is a little bit trial and error because not all of the leaves will fit into the typewriter. So, like if they're not thick enough, it won't go around. And this one actually doesn't seem to be thick enough, unfortunately. Some leaves work better than others. I found these small red ones work good, but I could try another of these yellow ones because you like the yellow ones. Yeah, I think the yellow ones are too thin. Let me see. Maybe this one will work. Is there anything specific you wanted to say?
I'll leave it up to you.
Okay. Okay, is that going? It is. Now it'll come out here, hopefully. If it doesn't, it might be stuck in there. And that's bad. So it can be hard to get it out of there now. There it comes. So we'll have to just find one that works. It's a little bit trial and error. Maybe this one will work. Aha, here we go. So now that it's in the carriage, I will write a message. What should the message be?
Banana yellow.
Banana yellow. Banana yellow. Banana yellow.
Read, write, eat bananas.
What's that?
Read, write, eat bananas.
Read, write, and eat bananas. Okay.
Stealing.
And there you have it. Yeah.